Back in November of 2025, I decided to open up a margin account and I've been adding to it, building to it ever since then. Currently using about $70,000 worth of margin. And I decided to make some moves yesterday and today. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a real time update, not to influence you guys with your margin accounts or your investing. This is not a buy now, get rich scheme. Just wanted to share my thought process, and then maybe you guys can take that information and use it, or just maybe consider it. Hey guys, it's Paul here on my channel, Better Call Paul, and today we're going to jump into my margin spreadsheet and my margin account, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing with my margin account recently. All right, guys, so here we are in my spreadsheet. You can see currently sitting on the same 12 holdings. I usually go through them one by one, but if you want, you can kind of like take a look, freeze the screen, I guess, and just take a look and see what there are. You'll notice that I have two of my positions highlighted here in kind of an orange color, and that's because they're 50% margin requirement. Now, when I first started this account, I said I would stick with only 30% margin requirement. So what I decided to do was yesterday I decided to sell my shares of CMCL. And again, not because I don't like CMCL, which is the Global X Enhanced All-in-One Commodity Producers Equity Covered Call ETF, but only because of the 50% margin requirement. Also, I was up about 13%. So in a short period of time, I thought I'll realize this gain. I think I had it for about a month and a half. I bought it when CMCL was diving, right? It was crashing. Some of my friends were like, yeah, I'm not touching it. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to own it. But I thought this was an opportunity. So I picked it up. You could see at $16.45. And yesterday it was about $2 above that. I think it was around 18 something. So I decided to sell out of this position. So I will be deleting this line. And like I said, I realized about a 13% gain, which is just over $600. All right, so you can see in this chart here, I keep track of when I do things like this. So on August 17th, I sold my CMCL, 303 shares. My cost was $16.45. I put $5,000 into it. My share price that I sold it at was $18.46. So for a total of $56.09. So my profit was $609. Now I'll have to go back and look and see how much did I earn in distributions or dividends from this particular ETF. Now, another thing that I want to do is I want to transfer some money from my margin account to my cash flow wedge. So today is August the 18th. 2026. I'm gonna put some more money in my cash flow wedge. I think I'm just gonna do $500. I'll fix this afterwards, but let me see if I can update this. Nope, that's good. All right, so that'll bring it up to a total of $2,000. I am just trying to build up my cash flow wedge using my margin account instead of having to deposit money from from any other income sources at the moment. All right, so if we go onto my Wealthsimple account, you can see I've already logged in. Here's my margin account, currently worth $43.96. So that's the difference between what I've borrowed and what my portfolio is sitting at. I want to transfer it to my cash flow wedge. So I'll click on next. Okay, so I want to do $500. It's going to increase my interest estimated monthly interest of $1.89. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my cash flow wedge. All right, here we are in my cash flow wedge. Here's CMCL. So what I want to do is I want to purchase another $500 worth of CMCL. So let's switch this from from shares to dollars. Okay, here we go. 500. Next. All right, and submit order. So in case you guys were wondering, you can see that today, CMCL is down. At this point, it was at 18.20. That probably would have been the best time to buy, but that's okay. I'm getting it for 18.33. I'm okay with that. So I picked up a few more shares. Like I said, I'm happy with CMCL. I just wanted to move it out of my out of my margin account and into my cash flow wedge. All right, guys, so there's just a little bit of an update on my margin account. Now, you might have seen that HHLE is also a 50% margin requirement. I did look at selling that one as well yesterday. I'm glad that I didn't sell it yet because it is up again today. I might wait until it breaks $9 or until I hit about a 15% gain on that one. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see as we get closer to the end of this month whether or not the price goes up a little bit more or not. It seems to go up quite a bit on red days, so we'll wait and see. But eventually, I will probably sell that HHLE out of my margin account, and I'll just keep buying it in my other accounts. I was considering replacing HHLE with LMAX in my margin account because LMAX from Hamilton is a 30% margin requirement at the moment. But I'm not sure if I want to do that or if I'll just pick up some more SDA, HYLD, some of the other funds that I already have in my margin account. So guys, let me know with your margin accounts, do you try to keep it at a 30% margin requirement? Do you go as high as 50%? I know people that have, MSTE in their margin accounts at 100%. I haven't tried that yet. Guys, that's about it for today. You can see I'm a little bit out of a breath here. I'm actually pretty excited. I love, buying and selling some ETFs, making a 13% gain in a month and a half, I think is incredible when you consider the fact that we're looking for maybe, 10% annually to beat the S&P 500. So, guys, take advantage of dips when you can. When a fund seems to be going down and you're not exactly sure why, but maybe it just happens to be oversold for the day, go for it, buy some, hold on to it. The best thing about being an income investor is we get those monthly distributions. So I'm never in a rush to see the share price appreciate. All right, guys, today's Tuesday. Hope you're all having a great week. And until my next video, bye for now.